Okay, here we go. Hey friends, my name's Gabrielle. Welcome to FrumiousReads. This is my little cousin Kaylee who has come to visit me. She reads books all the time, so I thought she would be perfect to help me out with the tag video today. What tag are we doing today, Kaylee?
The bedtime stories tag.
I figured this would be good because we have a little bit of a generational gap. The first question for this tag is name a childhood book that left a lasting impression.
I honestly really like Divergent.
I like the movie Divergent better than I like the book Divergent.
I honestly kind of like the book better.
You did?
Yeah.
Of course, yes. For me, a childhood book that left a lasting impression, it was actually probably Alice in Wonderland. For those of you guys who don't know, Alice in Wonderland is like the theme of my channel. If you guys haven't seen my new channel art, which is so awesome, and I want to thank Broadband TV for making it for me. Basically just Alice in Wonderland centered, and it's so cool and I absolutely love it. The second question is, what is the wackiest book you read as a child?
Probably one of the Dr. Seuss books.
Oh yes, Dr. Seuss is a favorite. What's the book that you're thinking of?
Green Eggs and Ham.
Green Eggs and Ham, that's a good one. I'm gonna also go with Dr. Seuss, but mine is going to be There's a Wocket in My Pocket, and mainly because I always wanted a little pet wocket that I could carry around with me. They're so adorable. The next one is, what childhood book do you wish you still had on your shelf?
I mostly have all my favorite books, like, still on my shelf, so.
I feel like you have most of my books on your shelf too that I've given you too. I feel like when I really like a book, I don't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you tend to hold on to those ones. What book made it really hard for you to fall asleep at night? Either it scared you or it was just so good you couldn't put it down.
Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. It was kind of both.
It was both for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the scary part for you? The pictures or just like the story or?
It was kind of like both because the pictures like were just kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But then it's like in the story it kind of explained them, but they weren't really as creepy.
Right.
It was probably the story also because like the hollows, like the monsters that were in it.
Yes. Scary Stories You Tell in the Dark. I read that as a kid and I reread it this year too for Halloween. They're terrifying.
I kind of want to read it though.
You do want to read it? Okay, if we find it, I will make you read it because it's essentially just all these super scary stories, like just a bunch of little short stories, and they aren't even that long, but they're just terrifying. And I've never read like such good mini horror stories. What was the longest series you read as a child?
Most of the time, it's like I would read like the first book and then get like halfway through like the rest of the series and like never read it.
Right.
I would like just stop reading it and read another book. But the one that I actually read was Twilight.
Important question. Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Jacob.
Oh, thank God. Okay. My mom is Team Edward, and every time we go home, like sometimes we'll watch the Twilight movies, and I'm just like, I cannot stand Edward so much. And it's just Jacob is perfect. He's like her best friend.
I know.
They grew up together. Taylor Lautner is adorable. Longest series I read, probably a series of unfortunate events, because that's like the one that I've read all 13 books. I really like that series. Like it was just so much fun, and it's definitely a good book to read. Like, cause I kind of grew up with the series. What childhood book would you read again?
Probably The Fifth Wave, which I just read like a little while ago.
Oh, you did? What did you think of it? Did you like it?
It was good.
It was good?
Yeah, I was kind of confused like when I first started reading it, so I kind of like, I didn't really understand, but then once I actually read it like all the way through, I understood.
Right. I haven't read it yet just because I feel like it's too much like the Hunger Games for me.
Was it like, I don't think it was. Yeah, it wasn't like that.
Okay. Maybe I may have to borrow that one from you too. We also exchange books a lot. Childhood book that I would read again. I feel like I would reread A Series of Unfortunate Events just because since I'm older now, I would appreciate the humor more and like kind of understand more of the sarcasm that Lemony Snicket used. Did you attend any bookish events as a child? So like book signings or anything?
No.
No. Never? I've actually been to two. Laura Preble, who I did an interview with, which I will link in the description and the annotations. When her first kind of series came out, the Queen Geek Social Club, I went to her release party at Barnes & Noble's, and it was really cool because I have this like personal connection of knowing Laura. And then when I was a kid, I don't know if any of you guys have heard of Zany Brainy. It was a super cool children's store where they had books and they had dolls and toys. They had a release for that, for Madeline, and they had someone dressed up as Madeline, and I went and got my picture taken with her, and I got her to sign my book. I wish they still had Zany Brainy. You were too young for Zany Brainy.
I know.
Ah, I'm so mad. Like, I wish you experienced it because you would have loved it. It was such a fun place. What childhood book would you like to see now as a TV show or a movie?
Well, I know they're coming out with Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, so I'm really excited for that one.
I can't wait to see more trailers and stuff. For me, I'm going to say, because this is also coming out and I'm really excited for it, is A Series of Unfortunate Events that Netflix Books is doing, and I'm super excited to see that because I liked the movie, but it wasn't everything that I thought it would be. Like, it didn't have all of the aspects of the books.
I actually have the movie that has like the first 3 books in it.
Were they supposed to make more movies?
I think they should have.
I think they should have too.
I think they should have put like 3 movies into each.
Yeah.
Rather than just like on the 13th one, just have one whole entire movie.
Exactly. That would have been really good. Like if they combined a certain amount of books for each movie.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome. And I thought Jim Carrey was funny.
Yeah.
He was hilarious as Count Olaf. So the last question is, what was your favorite required reading from school?
I've actually only had one of those, and it was just
Really?
actually a few months ago, and it was Tuck Everlasting.
Oh, I love Tuck Everlasting. They have a movie with Tuck Everlasting. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
It's with Alexis Bledel, however you say her name, Rory and Gilmore Girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's the girl in Tuck Everlasting. I love Tuck Everlasting. I haven't read that book in a while either. It was a sad book. I was not expecting the ending at all.
Neither was I.
Okay. My favorite required reading would have to be The Giver, which I feel like a lot of people had to read in school, and I actually really enjoyed it. I actually read ahead a ton. I just wanted to finish it because it was so good. I'm gonna recommend that one to you. That is it for the Bedtime Stories tag. Thank you, StrangeShellie, for tagging me. I will leave a link to her video in the description below. I'm going to tag UndertheRadarBooks, JoceSquibblesReads, Boho Bookworm too. If you guys like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I try and upload bookish videos twice a week. If you guys haven't seen my latest video, it will be playing right after this, so make sure you guys stick around for that. Let me know if you want me to bring Kaylee back as well, because she's really fun to do books tags with because she knows a lot about books, which is really awesome. That is all that I have for you guys today, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Okay. Bye. This is the week 11 wrap up for my book a day challenge that I'm